Welcome back to Math 109 Plain Trigonometry. In this video, we're going to take a look at the sum and difference identities for the sine function. So before we start looking at those identities, we want to take a look at one key identity from earlier in the course. That is sine of theta is equal to the cosine. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in degrees. Cosine of 90 degrees minus theta. Now I proved that this is true in the first quadrant. It actually turns out that this is true for any angle theta. So from that we can obtain the following idea. We have the sine of a plus b. Well, we're going to go ahead and convert that to a cosine. The cosine of 90 degrees minus a plus b. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute that negative sign. So you have 90 degrees minus a minus b. Well, now I'm going to go ahead and group that 90 and the a together. So we get cosine 90 degrees minus a minus b. And now we can use the cosine of the difference identity. So that's going to equal the cosine of 90 degrees minus a times the cosine of b plus the sine of 90 degrees minus a times the sine of b. So now we can plug these numbers in, or I'm sorry, not plug these numbers in. We can use the cofunction identities on cosine and sine, and we get sine of a, sine of b, plus, or I'm sorry, sine of a cosine of b, plus cosine of a sine of b. And let me just put down what we're equaling and all of that. As the sine of a plus b. So now suppose we want to know what the sine of a minus b is. Well, we're going to use the trick that we used previously to find the cosine of a sum. That is to change that negative b to just say we're doing a plus negative b. So we get sine of a cosine of negative b plus cosine of a sine of negative b. Cosine of negative b is just cosine of b. So we stay with sine of a, cosine of b. Sine of negative b is negative sine of b. So if I bring that negative sign out front, I get minus cosine of a sine of b. So that'll do it for sum and difference identities. In the next set of lectures, we're going to take a look at double and half angle identities.